Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather Salter-Purves, queer fantasy author. This is my heart side where I talk about my reading, writing and life journeys, and today I thought I would take you along on my first TBR for HRCYED round 2. So it's the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, created by the wonderful Steph over at HRCYED. So it's an evil, big, challenging, diversifying our reading challenge with a lot of different challenges. So there are 25 challenges, but within those challenges there are sub-challenges. So there's a bingo board that I'll put here. So we've got the by the 100, so you have to read 7 books in lots of like 100-page increments. A 24-hour readathon, so how much you can read in 24 hours. A sub-genre of choice, and then you've got to read 5 books in a genre, and it from 5 different subgenres. I'm going to be doing fantasy, and then I'm going to go into like gothic fantasy, fantasy romance, grimdark, cozy romance, cozy fantasy. A series staircase, so a standalone, a duology, a trilogy, a quartet or 4 books in a longer series. Award season, so I've got to read the nominee, a semi-finalist, a finalist and the winner in a award. I most likely will be looking at doing the West Australian Premiers Award. I don't know if I'll do like this year's one or I'll do like a couple of years down. I will figure that out. And then a TBR game challenge, so I have to go read play someone else's TBR game and do some reading blocks off that. So it's just a month of reading in that one. Then we have the last 10 years, so reading a book published each year for the last 10 years between 2015 to 2025 or 2016 to 2026, because this goes from July of 2025 to June of 2026. All the adaptations, so I need to read a modern retelling, a musical, a graphic novel or manga, a web series, a play, a movie. So some of them I have to read and then read the like adaptation and then just know what the source material is, and some of them I can get away with watching. And then disability rec, I have to read 5 books with 5 different disability representations in it. Heritage Month challenge, so I need to read a book for Disability Pride, Hispanic Heritage Month, Indigenous Heritage, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Arab History, Arab Heritage, Jewish Heritage, AAPI, which is Asian American Polynesian Islander, and then the Queer Pride. Whoop whoop. And then we have to read 5 books in translation, and they have to be translated from different languages. And then we have Around the World, so I have to read a book that was set in each of the continents. And then we get a bonus if we can find a book set in Antarctica. Then we have the Even Bigger Rainbow, so Roy B. Gibb. So red, orange, yellow, green. She's added some more, so teal, light blue, blue, purple, pink, black, white, gold or silver, and grey counts in there. And then 7+ colours. Then make a quote. The quote I'm going for is one of my favourite ones from ACOTAR, and it's the stars that who listen and the dreams that are answered. And then spooky creatures, we've got to read a book with a vampire in it, a shifter in it, magic user, fair folk. This can include elves, goblins, all those sort of creatures, spirits and or demons, merfolk, so any like underwater dwelling creature, fictional creature, zombies, and then another creature. Then we have to be an avatar. So either a word in the title, so earth, water, fire, air, or on the cover. So take part in a readathon and complete the challenges. Animals, I have to read 5 books. I have to read one with a house pet, an exotic pet, farm animal, wild animal, and zoo animal. My animals might look different to your animals because Australia has different animals. Like I can run around platypus, and it's a wild animal, but we don't get bears or chinchilla. And then the even bigger queer alphabet. So gay, lesbian, pansexual, bisexual, a transgender, intersex, asexual. I would also put aromantic in that one then. Polyamory, non-binary or agender, and then gender fluid or two-spirit. And then our favourite prompt from last year's challenge, so I will actually have to look at that eventually and figure it out. And then BIPOC authors, we have to read 10 BIPOC authors. New releases, so we have to read a book in the month it was released, but we do get sort of 60 days. So before or after. So sort of the month before and the month after we can do it. Challenge yourself. Now this one. So I have the wonderful Bookish and Spice subscription box. So I'm challenging myself to read the 9 Bookish and Spice special editions I have in the house as of the 30th of June. This is just 6 of them. The other 3 are still in a box I need to get out and on my shelves. So I will be working my way through those. And then I have to read 5 non-fiction books, and each book is in a different subcategory of non-fiction. And then Q's recommendations. So we have to read 3 of them. So one of her from her mini reviews, one from a full-length reading vlog, and then one from a YouTube short, TikTok or Instagram reel. And we have to let her know if it found it worse than what she thought it was of it, even better than what she thought it was, and we totally agree with her. So they are the challenges, and now I'm going to spin this lovely wheel 5 times each month, because I'm also a mood reader, and see what I can get in. Beautiful wife Leanne is here. Say hi.
Hi.
And she is going to get to help some of the devastation.
Number 4.
Number 4. If I land on this one, this orange, I have to add another spin. So number 4 is Series Staircase. I'm going to start with the Series Staircase with Quartet, or the Quinquartology, and I want to start with the Trials of the Sun Queen, which is here by Nisha J. Till. So that's this one.
23.
Challenge yourself. So I'm going to let Wife Leanne choose which of the books I'm starting. So the option she has is A Sea of Ruin by Pam Goodwin.
A Sword of Shadow and
by
Lucinda Dart.
A
Serpent of Sky and Flame by Rebecca
E. Kenny.
F. Kenny.
Then The Stars Are Dying by
Chloe C. Naranda.
Then Trick by
Natalia
Jester. And then Die For You by Lauren Jackson. And then I do have the last 3 in the Legends of Thasmere series by Helen Shearer that I need to. Is that the one you want me to read? Beautiful wife Leanne has chosen The Stars Are Dying. So this is in the world abandoned by the celestial guardians and left to suffer the tyrannical tyrant king's reign. All of Esther knows are the safe and seduction with fragmented memories of only 5 years of her life, as she is determined to discover about her past, fleeing cruel arms of her safety. So yes, it is a startation. We've got When Falls Night, the world will drown in starlight. Beautiful end papers. Beautiful Nikki Hardback. Nikki Hardback. And it goes, The Brightest Stars Need the Darkest Night. And then a reversible dust jacket. They always outdo themselves. 15. Spooky Animal. Leanne, Spooky Animal.
Just trying to think of what might be on your TBR already.
This is my TBR. I'm giving her so much. Would you like to choose the animal and I might be able to tell creature? And then I might be able to tell you which ones would work.
Have you read the first one in this one yet? Then you've been saying you want to read this for a very long time.
Another purple book.
Not intentionally.
Werewolf book, which is a shifter. So I want him to kiss me. I wished he could smell the desire that I knew was pouring off me. You can't, Calla. This boy isn't for you. Calla Tor has always known of her destiny, graduation, marriage, and then a life leading her pack. But when she defies her master's laws and to save a human boy she chose, is one boy worth losing everything. So, number 4.
Number 3.
Sub-genre of choice. Okay, so fantasy. I have chosen the subgenres of gothic, fairy tale, fantasy horror, paranormal, urban fantasy, and grimdark. So you may have seen this in last month's TBR. I don't think I'm going to get to it. It is quite hefty. And that is A Lesson in Curses by Ash Harrier, who is a friend and a indie published author here. This is self-published. So dark academia with succubus. An ancient and unholy university, a brilliant tutor with a dark past, a grad student determined to end a curse. Who will hold out the longest, especially when succumbing tastes so sweet, is the tagline. Number 5.
15 again.
Again, another spooky animal. What animal do you want? Because you've already done this one.
Can A Lesson in Curses be doubled up for magic user?
I would like you to choose what you can see. I can see one now. That would be good if you want me to read. And I think I can get the audio, and we met her at Wild Out West.
You can also, this is your TBR. So.
I know, but I'm just making Leanne pick. Haha. So, I'm going to be getting to a Labyrinth of Fangs and Thorns, which is a Fae Guardian novel, but this is the season of the vampire. So I think the Fae Guardian novels are set into seasons. So there's elves, werewolves, vampires, and then it moves on to a Court of Nightmares. By Lana Petruskik. I might be able to read it better if I take this. So yes. Oh, that's still really bad lighting. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I can't pronounce it. But I'm pretty sure I can get the audio for this off one of the library apps. So, with that being said, I'm going to aim to try... These are the 4 physical books I will be reading, along with the audiobook for my quintet. No, my 4-book series. Quartet. So the idea is that you start each of the series in the year and you finish them. So, with that being said, I might, if I really enjoy this one, I might go on and read more in that series because I think it's a trilogy. I can then tick it off there too. This is a bunch of books. And Nightshade's also a collection of books. So, what would you have picked? Let me know down in the comments below. I will be vlogging in July, sort of probably fortnightly vlogs to let you know how this is going, as well as trying to smash out the first draft of Project Gargoyle, which is my sapphic shifter Dark Academia. So if you want to know how I'm reading spooky, graphic, gothic-y stories, along with writing one, check back in later. I'm Heather Salter-Purves. This is my HRCYED, and let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you, and bye-bye for now!